My name is Matt. I'm George and Linda's youngest and by far the most handsome son. We are all here tonight because of George and Linda, but the three of us are literally here tonight because of George and Linda. So, thank you for that. Yay, life. But really, there's no better way for George and Linda to celebrate their 45th wedding anniversary than by bringing everyone together for great food, good laughs, and great music. And that's really what they do best, is they just bring people together. Whether it's bringing our family together throughout the years and being the driving force of making that happen, bringing communities together as part of the swing band that they're part of, and they bring people in and for great music, or just friends around the table playing cards. It's just something they have a knack for. And they're really, really good at it. You can take a look at their calendar. I think my dad has it on his phone. It's just exhausting just to look at. But I try to figure out why, and I think it's pretty simple. They're just pretty damn fun to be around. You know? I mean, try to think of the last time you hung out with George and Linda and didn't smile. Odds are you probably got a good laugh out of it. And that's just what they do. They just bring people together. And what you've experienced is basically 45 years of a truly harmonious couple. 45 years of compassion, of patience, of great communication, of tears and laughter, and of listening, and of course love. It's really special to be around, and I'm very fortunate and lucky to have you guys as my role models. So cheers to George and Linda. And I'm going to hand off to my brother Steve, who's going to say a couple words as well.
Hi everybody. I'm Steve. I'm the middle son. I'm known as the best public speaker of the family, so it should be pretty good. For those of you who haven't heard the history of their wedding, or probably they met actually first. 46 years ago, George drove to West Mountain Ski Lodge in upstate New York. He picked up his mother from a holiday party, and Linda was a teacher in the Glens Falls School District, so they kind of met at this party and they hung out for a while. George was encouraged by his mother to come inside and meet some of the other teacher friends. They had a great time. They were inseparable basically. Even when George, my dad, went to Vietnam, he wrote Linda every day, basically, from Vietnam. He's actually chronicled it all, and he still has it, which is kind of cool to take a look at.
Your mom said she wrote him too.
Oh yeah, Mom wrote back. That's true. It was back and forth for the most part. Yes. So one thing led to another. They were married in 1969. Actually, the day they were supposed to get married, there's a huge snowstorm in upstate New York, so there's some actually clippings back there in the back room that kind of talk about this huge storm that came in. It was delayed by a day, but they weren't deterred by that. They still got married and lived happily ever after that. So congratulations to 45 years. Love you guys a lot, and couldn't be more happy to have you as parents. So here's
Hello, everyone. My brothers kind of went over how things, were back when my parents were married, and I just wanted to talk a little bit more about kind of what was going on that time, and then what kind of led them to today.
Who are you?
I'm Jeff, the oldest son. Sorry. Thought I was known in these parts, but no. Okay. 1969, it was a tale of two seasons. The world was going through changes in attitudes, and young people all over were celebrating an extended summer of love. Huge advances in the arts, technology, and how people strove to be free resulted in a dramatic cultural revolution. It was a time of young people breaking out and grasping incredible things, and they did things their own way. A new cultural shift was underway, and I'm sure it was a very exciting time to be alive. Earlier that year, Broadway Joe Namath brought in a new, more brash and stylish demeanor and grasped the Super Bowl from the more stoic and traditional cults who were heavy favorites. Later that summer, the world watched in awe as men flew from Earth and safely to the moon and returned home. Weeks after that, music also seemed to travel to otherworldly places as a huge free concert featuring the top acts of the time enthralled young people and was an example of a new breed of music that would take the world by storm. That would be the first life-altering storm of the year. As the year was coming to a close, the summer of love was about to lead into the winter of love. George Thompson and Linda Dietro excitedly waited for their moment to stand before their friends and family and to celebrate their love and officially join together into a new family. The winter of love was stronger than even they could imagine, however, as Steve mentioned, and it blasted their wedding date with a powerful snowstorm that ended up delaying the actual wedding by a day. It would turn out to be a sign of the strength of their union that we are here to celebrate today. Over the last 45 years, George and Linda have grown together as husband and wife, and later as parents to me and my two brothers. They have taught us many valuable lessons, many of which could have been hatched during the summer of love. Be kind to people, be peaceful, enjoy music, be free to express your ideas artistically and creatively. Strive to achieve a good education and be there for your children. But most importantly, love each other always. So congrats to Mom and Dad for 45 wonderful years and as being great role models to us as parents. Thanks a lot.
You know me, I never see a mic and never pass it, so. Well, this is great. Seeing our friends, our family together, this is what we wanted. And when we turned 69, it was 1969 when we got married. This year we turned 69, and then this weekend was in the same days. So Saturday would have been our wedding, and then Sunday it was actually our wedding. So we said, hey, let's have a party on this Saturday. So I've got to tell you why I married this guy. One reason, and this is a very little thing, but it shows what kind of guy he is, and he's always been, and it concerns a toilet seat. Now he doesn't know this, but I'm going to talk about this, but...
That's the least I could do.
I had this feeling that I wanted a soft toilet seat for a master bath, right? So I said, let's go to Bed Bath & Beyond and get a soft toilet seat. And he said, all right. So we got in there and we had a coupon and we got the toilet seat and he came home and he installed it and I looked on and I go, oh wow, this is great. Because you know how it is, because the ladies of the church know how cold a toilet seat can get. Raise your hand if you've been surprised, yes, by that terrible cold toilet seat in there. I don't know about you guys. You have a different way of doing things. All right, so we got the toilet seat, and every time I sat on it, I'd go, wow, this is great. So I'm talking about this toilet seat for a good 2 weeks, and I didn't hear anything from him. I thought, well, he's got to love this thing, right? Because I love it. So I said to him, hey, don't you like the toilet seat? And he goes, no, not so much. And I said, why not? And he gave me a couple reasons. Things didn't fit right, I don't know. But, you know, he didn't say anything because he was so happy that I was happy. And I have to mention we have another bathroom, so he wasn't that put out. But, you know, this is the kind of guy he is. He'll go along and do something that's really loving and careful and, you know, nice, and he installs things, and he's just a great guy, and you know that because you know him. So, big hand for George.
I don't have another toilet seat story, but just briefly, I'll say that my mother brought us together, which was a big surprise because she was a little protective. She kept talking about this wonderful music teacher in her school, and so I kind of, yeah, okay, I'll meet her, you know, because I didn't think my mother was a great matchmaker. But she turned out to be really good, and so we're very thankful for that. But there are times in life when you kind of try something new, and sure enough, it works out. And one of those things was when we moved from upstate New York after being there for 60-some years down here. I mean, everybody knew us there, and down here, nobody did. And it was just such a freaky experience at first to go places and have nobody know us and not know where we were going. And we found this church early on, and it's so great to have such a warm, loving, supportive group. The only real old timer in this whole place is Harold Nash over there that knew Linda since kindergarten. So I'm sure he has some really exciting stories. If he can remember, there's a joke about that. I won't do the joke because I get it messed up every time, but we're so glad you're all here, and thank you so much for coming, and we're excited to be
We want Harold to tell some
shipping.
stories.
Harold will take numbers.
Thank you.